Okay, welcome back for the second of a two-part series that focuses on how to identify a cohort that is highly likely to become your customer, convert them into a customer, engage with them, and then move into identifying really what the value is to the organization. So this links together the revenue operations functions, the very front end of an organization and customer experience, with the finance operation functions, the back end that understands how to and where to apply financial rules and billings and value to associated with the customer. So in the first scenario here, very similar to what we did with the revenue operations side, is that we're continuously monitoring and updating the underlying systems that you have inside of your platform, whether that's the financial systems, the customer engagement systems, the CRM systems, etc. All those systems act as different data sources that are fed in to put it forward to help us identify what the true value is of a customer or a prospect across their entire lifetime. So what this allows the financial operations team to do is to get very clear understanding around what the forecast is for their revenue, not just 90 days out or a year out or 2 years out, but actually a week out, 2 weeks out. Understand what the probability is of you planned revenue versus committed revenue coming through the door. So this allows you to understand exactly um, how much resources should be allocated, what to plan for, how to look into the future and understand what the financial picture is as a result of the marketing and revenue operations activities that are taking place with the customers. So let's take a quick look at how this works inside Put It Forward. Picking up from where we left off in part one, where we've identified high probability customers that are likely going to convert. We want to understand what their value is to an organization over time. And it's not that one customer is worth more than another over time on personal level. It's just that each one may have a different financial impact on the firm. And so you want to understand what that may mean and how should you be responding to them? Should you be responding to high volume, low value customers the same way that you would respond to a low value or a low volume customer who has high value? And the answer is no. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a quick look at how to understand this. So similar to revenue operations, the person that is using this is a data analyst, maybe a financial analyst, somebody that is associated with sales and revenue and financial planning, et cetera. So I'm very quickly going to start the activation of the model here. And so what we're doing here is now we're starting to configure the AI engine with parameters that we're feeding it. And the result set that's going to come back to us is a financial view of what that data set actually represents and where to actually focus, et cetera. So we can feed in a number of different parameters into this. The parameters are really based on what is available inside of your data. So you can look at either slice it by brands, or you can look by regions or by channels, understand which customers to focus on. You can define what the revenue range per customer is that you should be focusing in on. So very quickly, what we just did here was apply a predictive model to real-time customer engagement data as well as past data, and to understand and identify what the value of that customer is and be able to sell against it. So very quickly, we went through, a little over 200,000 different past orders, 14,000 plus different customers, et cetera. We came out with some aggregate numbers around, what that lifetime value is for for the customers in the aggregate and what their medium LTV is. But we want to get a little bit more granular than that. We want to understand exactly which customers have the highest value to us here. So if we look down in the small window here underneath the prediction results sets, this gives us the view into by customer number or name, depending on sort of what fields we may have surfaced. Um, and be able to see, okay, well, what's the probability of they're actually going to convert? How many transactions are they actually going to do in the next year? What's the value of that particular transaction, and so on. And of course, we can sort on these things and et cetera. The next step here with this data set, once you have it, is to be able to either pipe that back into Put It Forward as another step inside of a process automation, which then would update, forecasting, planning tool, et cetera. Or you could export it into a spreadsheet or do whatever you'd like to work with it, or send it back into the data analytics or sightline analytics functions inside Put It Forward. So you can work on your kind of aggregated and as when type of reporting. The bottom line here is what this does is help you identify from a financial operations perspective who the most valuable prospect is that you should be focusing in on and what they actually mean to your organization in terms of real revenue. So thank you very much for your time and attention. And if you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact us.